Not long ago, I posted a love note to millennials and Gen Zs. It was something of an apology for what we boomers have done that threatens them, and for the huge pile of political poo we're piling at their feet. It isn't pretty and it won't be easy, but it's critical that they grab hold of this mess with both hands, shackle it in irons, and imprison it for the life of this planet. I laid out some of the key challenges and let our M's and Z's know that we believe in them, that they can do this. They can restore what has been stolen. They can take the critically important steps to save our planet and themselves. And they have the power to replace our national dishonesty, denial, and mindless rage with truth and reality. Turns out that Tom Hartmann agrees with me, and he's laid out far more clearly the reasons that M's and Z's are so screwed. His word. I encourage everyone to read his message and see it as a laying out of the challenges that must be met. There's a link in the written post. These challenges should not be partisan or political, but the sad truth is that they are. There's only one party that tolerates hatred. There's only one party that fights against the advancement of gun safety. There's only one party that rejoices in taking away our rights. There's only one party that consistently takes from the poor and middle class and gives to the super rich. There's only one party taking away your vote and working to destroy our democracy and replace it with a fascist autocracy. There's more bad stuff that they do, of course, but the point is that the Republican Party, the one that used to be conservative, standing up for the values you believe in, no longer exists. They stand solely for enhancing their own power and wealth at our expense. Read Hartmann's piece and you'll understand. While you're at it, read "The Democrats Need to Wake Up and Stop Pandering to Their Extremes." It's a forehead slapper from The Economist. You'll understand that one too. By the way, I've pummeled Democrats repeatedly for their astonishingly poor communication skills. They're nearly always way too wordy, taking what would be said by Republicans in under 24 words and instead expanding them into unintelligible paragraphs that not even the author can remember. President Biden's July 9 essay in the Washington Post explaining or defending his trip to Saudi Arabia was just such a communication disaster. It demonstrates that in 1,387 words, yes, over 2 pages of dense text. What are the communication people in the White House thinking? I did muscle through it on my second attempt. It is boring, it is way too long, and it feels like an old prize fighter recounting a win from years ago. Joe, I want to hear about what you're doing today that will help me tomorrow. And I want to hear about it in a maximum of 60 seconds. I think Biden is doing a really good job of doing his job, but he and the D's are so dreadfully, painfully, self-destructively lousy at communication that even Democrats can't see the good stuff that's happening right in front of them. Listen to this headline from the New York Times. 64% of Democratic voters prefer a candidate other than President Biden in 2024, a Times Siena College poll shows. That's happening as we are in an existential battle to save democracy from the R's who would crush it. If we're to win that battle and succeed at saving our nation, voters will have to feel good about voting for Democrats. Crappy communication won't help us. Note that I reached out to the DNC with an offer to help. So far, no reply. I'm Jack Altshuler.